Hello, Armchair Generals. Tom here with another episode of my Japanese campaign in Hearts of Iron 3 using the Black Ice modification version 10.43. Just started the game and thus ran it a couple hours in game time, saved it, didn't crash, so we're good to go at this point here. Speaking of good to go, Germany and Italy, they're running all over Greece here. That country should be falling later this month, if not later this week. But Germany took out Yugoslavia in North Africa. Back to the start line. Whenever I forget exactly when Italy declared on joined the Axis and declared on the Allies. Italy had gone as far as Marsa Matruh, I believe, and then they've gotten pushed back to their start line here. Abyssinia, though, doing pretty well. They've taken care of their northeast. Their northwest is doing all right as well, though they've got this little bit of British push here that they need to take care of. But once they do, this is all dead zone up here. They can push up to the port province here, and I think up to the Nile. And I don't think they can go any further up into there. Southwest, Italy's doing all right. They pushed a little bit. Honestly, I don't expect that to last, but who knows? I've seen a campaign or two. Italy's done very well and actually pushed down into more into southern Africa and Central Africa. Over here, we've pretty much taken care of all the defenses, all the forces that Xinjiang had throughout. We just have a couple of militia units sitting in their capital that we're probably going to attack again one more time here. Which actually, yeah, let's actually do that. Let's do that. We just kill them, and then we'll fade back and not move in. Just let them kind of marinate. Let that let that marinate for a while until we're ready to take it, just before we're at war with the United States. We've got some. Yeah, we've been having some rebels, partisans springing up all over China. This is one of the reasons why I really prefer to have China puppeted, and I just take control of the coastal area. I don't have to really worry about all these puppets popping up quite so much. There's still a couple along the coast that'll have to deal with from time to time. But I am liking the amount of IC that we're getting here. And leadership, because we are researching, as you can see. I need to do something about that. We just dropped out of the green for our officers. Though that's right, I do have officer recruitment coming up in September. That'll give us 10,000 more officers. That'll get us up to 100%, or over 90 to maybe 95%. Yeah, I probably still need to do something about that. As these research techs drop off, I'm going to just push the IC over to officers, I feel. But we've got a lot of tech that we're researching right now, which is good. We're doing very well overall. There's not many areas, like carriers, for example, or capital ships that cruisers has a lot of stuff I need to research in, but there's not a lot of areas that I have to research in, thanks to being keeping on top of all my naval researches. There is a bunch of the infantry tech though that I kind of need to get to. Well, actually, nothing here that I really need to get to. The camouflage designs, but special forces were okay here as well. Um, Grand battle plan. We need to kind of push deep in here. We got a bunch of tech there we got to pick up. Yeah, we're doing okay tech wise. Builds, that's where we're really doing well. You can see how much we have: 400 IC, and we're putting 3/4 of that of our IC into production. We had to boost up our supplies a little bit. I think our supplies are running about 40 to 42, somewhere around there for our needs. So we boosted it quite a bit, because for whatever reason we just started our supplies started just diving into the red. There was a bunch, as you can see, there's 1,400 convoyed out, 1,200 into network, 1,500 used. That's a bunch, a bunch of supplies that just getting thrown away or something. I don't know. So we're boosting up a bit so we can get over 50,000, especially before war starts. I want to be upper in the upper 60s, 70s, maybe a little bit higher than that in regards to our supply situation. We are looking very good, though, like I said, with overall builds, with as much IC as we've got going into in production right now. We're able to upgrade all of our planes. We're working on that. We upgraded our whole entire Navy. We're finishing up carriers and heavy cruisers later this summer. Um, and we're building a couple more carrier groups, as you can see there, getting some landing craft ready. And a mental note, this will be completed this episode here. I need to cancel, or no, I don't need to cancel that out. That's right. We found the landing craft. It was somehow merged in with a light cruiser group. So I sent it on down. So we do need these guys in order to keep getting groups of two landing craft fleets. Got some Marines going to be coming up next year, next winter. Working on industry as well. We're once all of our spawn penalties drop off. There's not much. There's a couple things that's going to be dropping off as well, like the early rail, early seaports. Once all those drop off, I'll be getting close to 450 again. And I've been building a bunch of industry to help maintain that. We've got a couple here in Seoul and Shanghai. Start of the year, I selected for my infrastructure manufacturing plants. So it built me a couple of IC and two random locations, and it gave me two heavy industry in these two different locations. Really would have preferred it in Tokyo and Nagoya because they're level 10, and they've been producing 15 IC each. But nonetheless, these are doing pretty good with the heavy industry. And as you see, I'm just building IC on top of them. I want each of them to be 10 IC, 10 industry, so we can get up to that 15 IC mark for each there. But we're building, upgrading. Lots of builds there. You can see we got some future builds coming next year, next summer, winter as well. Winter we'll have a bunch of carriers coming out. We've got. Wait, did I say more Marines? Oh yeah, I kind of scrolled down and saw my Marines there. 1943 we'll have another carrier fleet, and looks like winter of 42 we'll have a light carrier fleet coming up. And then I've got some other future builds here for convoys and stuff like that. I do need to, before I go any further, and we go any further here in our builds there, I need to go ahead and start setting up some mountaineer units. I don't think really the Japanese have such. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything like that. We'll do mixed brigade and take out the specialized infantry and put in the mountain infantry instead. And this will do well overall because that mixed support will help them out. As you can see, it also the mixed support gives that plus 40% combined arms bonus here. Pack artillery, all this it feeds into the mountain infantry life. We are doing 10. Well, or am I doing 15? I know I need a 10 for sure, and I think I'm going to need 15. But to be honest, I don't think I'm going to be able to get 15 completed, 15 divisions completed before I'm done attacking in the mountains. The mountain territories will be Burma, Nepal, northern India. I mean, I'll be in India I won't be into India until probably 1943. Yeah, we'll do 15. That's fine. So I'll get that going, and also we need not security division. Though I could have selected. Let's see, what's the difference there? The pack artillery. Okay, yeah, the mix. I was just looking for the Mountaineers. The difference between the mixed brigade and security division. I don't know why that's called a security division. Really, I wouldn't really peg that as a security division unless it's just such a light strength type unit. It's not a frontline unit. I mean, it's got some pretty good pretty good soft attack. But compared to the mixed brigade, no, not quite as good. I do need these guys. We don't need horse transport because they're going to be on islands, and we really don't need recon cavalry because they're not going to be, kind of running out there. They do need artillery, though I think we're going to go with heavy artillery instead. It's slower, of course, but that's fine. We don't need to worry about that, and we need air. There's only the one anti-aircraft, which that's fine. Okay. this is a pretty strong. The tropical island garrison and regular garrison troops are pretty much dead even, though the tropical island garrisons get finished in a week sooner, and they also cost a bit less, dime less, dime and nickel less in IC to build. But they have better combat bonuses overall. They move in jungle terrain and I think mountain and hill terrain better than garrisons do. Marsh as well, I believe. Um, and they do better in those environments too than garrisons. So these guys that I'll be building are going to be set up eventually in islands that I capture: Guam, Wake, Midway, Hawaii, Johnston, the islands here, Johnston, Phoenix Island, etc. Not to mention also my overall Southeast Asia island campaign. I'm going to need about 15. Probably will need about 20, I think. But the cool thing is, as I begin to capture islands, I mean that's fine. I'll capture islands and stuff. But as my ring of control spreads out more, I can pick up units. I don't need guys on all these islands at a certain point. I can then pick up a garrison unit and if from one of these smaller islands and shift them over to an island I just captured. So 15 tropical island garrison guys. That's about all I really need. They're gonna be more my front line kind of garrisons rather than these garrison guys. Yeah, I mean, this setup here isn't anything to sneeze at, but the Tropical Island Garrison guys will do a little bit better. And we can look here. Mountains defense. Actually, a pretty good defense. Really need a Tropical Island Garrison, so I can kind of like do a side by side. We will once they get built. So that's my builds for this point here, and as well, I was going to be doing some air builds too. I need 3 fighters for or 2 fighters for there, and I also need some bombers. So, whoops, not division or air wing. So we need 2 interceptors. They're going to go. That wing's going to go on to my air ace that I have here. Yes, Toshio Ota. He's actually got really good range now and speed, 445. I think I thought it was a bit less than that before I saw it, but his speed is really, really good compared to. Well, okay, so the level 5 interceptor we have actually has better better speed, but equivalent range as well. We need some twin engine fighters. I'm going to be having. We'll do serial because we got some units that'll be getting built later. Um, I've got a wing of light bombers and a wing of heavy medium bombers, and I'm going to build a wing of each again. I'm going to staff them with a twin engine fighter on each, just to provide some additional air support anytime that they get hit by planes. You see that 47 are light bombers, and medium bombers only have a 6, so they're about 8 times better when it comes to that air attack when they're getting jumped by interceptor or something like that. So I'm going to be building a couple of these for future. And we need 2 more bombers for now, and then we will need 3 bombers for later. So I might as well just do it like that, or no, 4 bombers. Yeah, I'm going with a group of 5 with 4 bombers and then the twin engine fighter. So that's 5. That's 5 I will need. 4, 5, 6. 6 I'll need total. So we can do. I was just thinking how we can do this in a serial method. So that way we get like one wing done, or almost one wing completed, and then start working on the other wing. This will work good. I really wish they were a higher rank, and they probably will be. Unfortunately, well, maybe by the time they start getting built, they might be a higher rank. We'll see. And then we need light bombers as well. We got a group of 3, so we need 1 there, and we need 4 more, so that'll be 5. We can do this. These need to be higher rank as well. We can do this, and I'll have an extra light bomber, which I can, once that first group of serial is completed, I can kill one of them off, one of those production queues off there, and just build 2 more. So we'll just do that. Okay, and lastly, I know we're already building. a group, another wing of naval bombers. We got 2 more wings there being worked on. How many do I have here so far? Oh. Oh, okay. Wow. So we need to do that. Carrier air group. He needs to fly up here. I was putting my CAGs over here, and then they were just getting shunted right away to my to my fleets, my carrier fleets here. And I'm like, no, no, no. They already have their own planes. I don't need to do anything of that nature. That's also a CAG. Okay, let's see now what we got here. So we've got a 3 naval bombers and a flying boat. That's 1 wing. This is the 2nd wing. Oh, there's another carrier air group. How many carrier air groups CAGs did I have here? Okay, so 2 naval bombers, 1 flying boat. So we'll group those 2 together. And flying boat and naval bomber, and those are all carriers. Okay, so what do we have? Well, we're gonna let time kind of go by a little bit as those planes go out. This way, we just have that. That's all's remaining. So we have 1 wing we're working on. We need 2 more naval bombers on there. And they're rank 4. Is that what we have for flying boats? Kawanishi, and this is rank 2. Mitsubishi GM G3M1. Something funky going on here. Okay, that's 1 wing. This is the 2nd wing. And these are my original wings, remember, right? Wow, how did I get rank 4? That's the G3M1 is what I currently have for the naval bombers. Okay, I will not look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm cool with that. Alrighty, so we need 1 more naval bomber there, which I could pull that off, and then I'll have an extra flying boat. Here, I'm building 2 more wings complete. 3 naval bombers and a flying boat. That's typically what I like to go with is 3 naval bombers and a flying boat, a group of 4. Sometimes, I might staff it up with an additional naval bomber, just so I have a group of 5, so I can follow the 3, 5, 7, 10 rule. Because your admirals, generals, that's how many that they can typically command is 3, 5, 7, 10. I mean, it kind of varies a little bit. Air, I think, is a little bit different from that. But anyway, 4 is the number I like to kind of stick with, so it can be a little more flexible. I use the flying boats just for that spotting. That's really all. The naval bombers are the ones that I like to make sure that they're the ones being used to bomb the enemy. So the upshot is I still need 3 more naval bombers, which, hey, we can do. By June, what are we going to have finishing up in June here? So we got a couple of these bombers that are getting upgraded. So that's about 6 IC there. July, I got a bunch of stuff that's fallen off. I got a couple carriers that are getting upgraded. So that's 7 IC, 7.5 IC that I'll have. That's 42. I got a bunch of carriers, CAGs coming out. They're finishing and going away. That's lower. That's almost a dozen. I see nothing else. So a couple a landing craft, but it's gonna go back. Convoy. So I've got some IC coming in that's going to. I need to push these guys down, and the convoys. I'll leave the industry alone. Or am I? Do I have industry? Yeah, I'm gonna leave the industry alone. Well, actually, let's do that like so. Just trying to see when I'm going to be able to start building. I think I'm starting my build too late for the Mountaineers. If I had the IC going towards these guys, then they'd be ready by February of 42, which, sure, the first corps getting finished by then would be good. That's about roughly the time. It's actually about March, I think, that the UK attacks, the Allies declare on me, and then I can start attacking Burma. Same with our tropical island garrison guys. I'll be needing a couple roughly then, because I'll have Wake and Guam, so that's two guys I'll need there. But I can hold it. I can hold it with Marines for a while. I've got several Marines right now. But overall, yeah, I like this. I need the planes a little bit sooner. If I had all the IC, the thing is, I will be going up to 450 IC pretty soon. So my build queue is going to kind of go down into the Mountaineers here a bit. Um, yeah, we'll let that go as it is. All right. The previous mission, our previous episode, my mission was to kind of show you guys how I designed a core unit, and also changed out leaders as well. I took off. Let's see if we can show you examples here. If you look through on the leader card there shouldn't really be anybody that's maxed out in skill. And several of my leaders, frontline unit leaders, now have lower skill levels. Well, in some cases they may even have higher, because there are a few skill level 1 or 2 leaders that maxed out. So I, after I'm done with the campaign, like in China, this case here, because you lose organization when you change out your leader. I wait till after my campaign is finished before going through all my leaders and kind of figuring out, how my leaders are apportioned. See, this guy, he's skill level 5 maxed out, but I'm fine with that. He's an armor unit. He's going to be used in, well, he's going to be used in the Burmese campaign, but not very effectively. He may actually kind of hold off on bringing any of my mechanized, motorized units over to the Southeast Asia front until we get to India, and then I'll use these guys to race through the plains of southern India there. But if there's anybody that's like that was max level 3 or lower, I pulled them off and replaced them with another leader that could potentially grow and get a higher max level. When it came to my headquarter units, though, those leaders I did, even if they were maxed out, I just took their traits. I was more worried about traits, because the headquarter leader, their traits filter on down to the units below them. This case here, this guy's got logistics master. So everybody associated with him, which, oh hey, look, it's all my mechanized motorized units, which use a lot of supply. The the master, yeah, supply consumption minus 10%. That's really, really handy. I doubt that the logistics master and wizard traits combine are cumulative. I think it's just whatever, the highest. That's what you're using. He's also a master trickster. Surprise chance, offense, defense, yeah. For these guys, and also he's an engineer, so that attack speed will help out greatly there too. He's a ranger. Not that I'm anticipating fighting in woods and forests, but I was looking at, if we're going to attack in Burma, yeah, that'll be areas we'll be doing that in. Order of the Sacred Treasure, he has reduced supply consumption as well there. And all in all, this type of leader for this type of unit works excellently. And speaking of, I went through and added leaders to everybody. There were a bunch of people a bunch of historical units that had popped up that didn't have leaders associated with them yet. So I went through and just added leaders to everybody. So that was the boring part of the last episode. I just kind of showed, that change in leadership, the building of the different core units. So that way, all core have at least 5 guys, 5 divisions on them. So that way, I can just pick up a full core. For example, I do this, I can take a look and say that's 848 that they need. And hey, my 6 passenger ship transport fleets that I set up, 855. So even there are some rare exceptions. For example, the core unit over here. Is this him? Yeah. This core unit, I think, is a little bit heavier than 855. Yeah. 1476, as you see. So they need 2 of my fleets merged together. But that's because of this guy. 1075. He has railway artillery. He's staying here because we're going to be attacking Hong Kong. Hong Kong's got a pillbox fortress that will be needed to attack through. Then afterwards, I will ship them and get them over here to Singapore because well, Singapore only has a coastal fort. Okay, I thought Singapore had a fortress or a pillbox. I thought that was the case, but that's really all the fortresses and pillboxes we need to deal with. Well, okay, they've got a fortress and pillbox in Honolulu, and Sunset Beach has a coastal fort. Realistically speaking, though, I'm not going to transport my railway artillery unit over here to Honolulu just to attack a level 1 pillbox there. That can be done by regular infantry units. I've got some of the leaders I changed out. I've got a couple of units that have a fortress trait on them, so that'll help out whenever we go over there. I just need to kind of find them and figure out who's who. But that is the situation as it is at this point. We're just kind of killing time until December 7th. So let's keep doing it. We do have that attack going on here. I kind of want to keep an eye on it. There's actually 3 units there now. Oh, finally one at Wuzhou. Oh, that's because I sent the I sent the Courage Division to assist there. Most of the casualties there, if not all of them, is that garrison unit. We're attacking here, and I don't want to move in here because I don't want to slide into peace. But I don't care if I kill a few of these units here. That's fine. In fact, let's now. Just call off the attack because there's no organization left. There's no way that they're going to move out anywheres. Recon unit communication. We're in 1941, so all 41 tech it will be fine to get. The cat is just dying to get in my lap. I don't know why. Because he knows I'm talking on here. I'm recording a video, so therefore he has to be offensive. 44 tech will drop that off. Okay. And we suffered some casualties, but they suffered 10 times as many casualties. And you can see the disparity in troops there. They only have 14,000 troops in the they had 3 militia there. So now they only have 2, so they probably have like 10,000, 9,000 troops remaining. We'll attack them again in a couple months' time just to kind of keep them down. I need to kick this to the curb. It's 44 tech. We're dropping down with our techs. That's good to see. Special Forces, 43 tech will drop off. Mobile unit training will keep. And we're doing that because of the CAV. That's really the only reason why. Granted, I do have a motorized unit, so a little bit of a bump there to organization. Um, that's like a 4% increase or something like that to organization. Same with the cavalry. I don't have any others. I have lots of CAVs, so that bonus to organization will be very helpful and appreciated. Oh, and heavy armament, cruiser armament dropped off. Good. We have a CAG completed here, which we're throwing there. Combining these two together, and sure, those two together. They're not named. We're up to rank 5, their carrier air group guys. So yeah, we do have some upgrades we need to deal with. Did I properly go through these guys? Flying boats I can't upgrade for whatever reason. The naval bombers, these are level 4. Okay, I will take that. All my other areas are pretty much upgraded here. Yeah, I like seeing rank 5. Medium bombers getting upgraded. I don't know if I spent time upgrading my light bombers or not, but that currently is the rank that they are. Yeah. We'll need to throw some research to the air unit's way. Let's kind of keep an eye on the Greece battle. That should be kind of exciting. Recon unit coordination, sure, we'll leave that. Heavy anti-air guns advance. That drops us about even to where we need to be. They want energy. I will give them energy. Germany wants us. No, we don't need to buy anything, Germany. Thank you. We don't need any of that stuff there. So we got some more carrier air groups. And again, I'm dropping them off not in Tokyo because I don't want to drop them onto the carrier units that are there. We'll group those together. Oh, you know what? Yeah, there. I already have a unit getting upgraded there. I don't need to. Oh, battle finished. As I said, it'll be done in about a week's time. And sure enough, Italy was just really struggling initially, but then they kind of pushed, and they were able to make it further into Greece there. With Greece finished up, now hopefully that means two things. One, that Italy can put some focus into North Africa. They will there for Egypt. They're doing okay in Abyssinia. They're honestly they're doing all right. But more importantly, oh my goodness, Germany needs to focus on Russia here because in 2 weeks' time, a little less than that actually, a little over 1 week's time, I think, they're going to be going to war. And good God, the Black Ice modification does give a Barbarossa effect, which lessens or lowers the Soviets' organization and give them some other penalties. I forget exactly what. The Germans get a whole bunch of combat speed and things like that. But wow, looking here, the disparity between the forces is like really great. Uh, if this was me, if I were playing as Germany, well, for one, this would not be happening the way it is. But I would be just shaking in my boots right now. This is not this no, this is not good at all. I would have already. I mean, Yugoslavia and Greece. I would have attacked in winter of 1940 and wrapped that up. I would have been sitting. I'd have been sitting a couple provinces off, so that way the Russian spies couldn't see my units, off the line. But I'd have been sitting pretty here for a good 4 to 6 months off the Russian lines there. Anyway, we'll see if they can pull something out. Okay, so now I'm dropping because we need to get some. Yeah, each tech that drops off or I cancel, I'm going to drop this down probably about 60 and feed the excess leadership into officers because I need, even though I've got 10,000 officers coming pretty soon, I really would like to get to 100% officer ratio before we go to war with the United States. Rolling artillery barrage, 42, 43, 44. So a bunch of tech dropping off there. Cool. Gonna keep an eye here on the North African front. Well, there we go. I don't have the most powerful computer around, I will say. Actually, it's a overclocked third or fourth generation i5. I forget exactly. I forget exactly the specs, and I can actually bring that up and post it on my YouTube channel, so that way you guys can take a look and see what kind of computer it is that I play with, playing Black Ice. The video card is another overclocked NVIDIA EVGA 960. That's got like 8 gigs of RAM or something like that on it. Really would like to get a newer video card and actually build myself a new computer all around. I got 16 gigs of RAM, so that's very helpful for what we're doing here. But a little bit more of a umph I would appreciate. Okay. Oh, that was that there. Oh man, that took a while. Well, a lot of troops we killed. They actually got the military police got some experience. You go. We stole Strike Commando, Commando Brigade, Air Commando Brigade. Yeah, we're not going to build Strike Commandos. Where are they at? Division. Um, yeah, I'm not seeing them at all. Well, not that I'm going to build them anyway. In all honesty, it's. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, that's going to be Air Wing. That's why I didn't see them. There they are. I was saying Strike Commando. I know they're like a ground unit of sorts, but they're not. As you can see, they've got they're speedy. You just say go here and do something. um, they are handy for the British and the U.S. That's really about it. I mean, I can't think of any other countries that would put the time and effort into getting these when you could just have planes to do the same thing as well. But they're effective, kind of like one strike type guys that you throw them in. They do something. Not necessarily they're going to die or anything like that, but just they go ahead and they do their thing. Uh, yeah. An example of tech that I just don't really need. HE ammunition, we'll drop that off. Cruiser, we'll drop that off as well. Again, dropping down to 60. Germany declared war on the Soviet Union. Yeah, 22nd. I knew it was about a week's time. They're attacking with garrison units. Oh my god. Mein Gott. Fortunately, all their forces here are heading northward. They've got a bunch of I don't know what they're doing over here. Oh my goodness, I have no idea what they're doing. The AI does some really weird things. I'm sure they're doing a bunch of strategic redeployments all over the place. Soviet Union declared war, or Romania declared war on Soviet Union. Does it mean Hungary declared as well? No, they didn't, but they should. Yeah. Oh well. Mountain HQ advance. We'll keep that, but we'll drop that off. And that will give us Hungary declare war. There we go. I knew they were going to declare. I'm going to go ahead and get a level 2 Mountain HQ division. We don't need manganese. We're not going to build the road or airport right now. So yes, we do need this. You guys are up there. Main reason why I need is because we get a Mountaineer Army HQ unit, which now I can put, and you can see with all the leaders, rearrangement I did for my units, I now have. Granted, well, no, he's not maxed out. Okay, he has a ton of traits, but more importantly, he has Mountain Master. Yeah, he's going to be the. That's who he was waiting for. That's what he was waiting for right there. The rest of these guys, they're gonna. I've got a bunch of high trait Mountaineer headquarter guys. I'm gonna put them all. I think they're maxed out. Yeah, he's maxed out. He's not though. They're gonna come down here. So that gives me total of 4 core headquarter units and 1 army headquarter unit. Cool all around. Who do we need to attach you to? Mizuyaki, yeah. The the eventual goal won't be necessarily to have 20 Mountaineer troops, running all over the place, but at least I have 4 core headquarter units, and if I'm building 15, then I can just put 4 in each, and one core can just have 3. That way they're a little more versatile. I can kind of send them. I can have 1 core just strictly go into Nepal and work around in there, and then the others can just go through India. All 4 core will go into Burma. But anyway, a little more versatility in that regards to have a few more headquarter units. These all have 2, don't they? He does not. Okay. Oh, now, but that's a question. So I've got 3 more landing craft coming. I got 2, 2, and 2. With 3 more landing craft coming. So if I were to go ahead and just cancel him out, I'll have 2 landing craft coming there, which will be another fleet. I like to keep my landing craft in groups of 2 because they can carry. At that point, then they can carry 2 Marine Corps or 2 Marine divisions, and even a Corps headquarter unit. Yes, I think that's what I kind of figured on. All right, so that should push some more IC down this way here. I'll be getting work on my Mountaineers. I'm gonna go ahead and even out my supplies. I think we're doing okay. We're getting close to 50,000 there. You see our upgrades, they're dipping. Long ago, they're in the hundreds, 120 or 110, something like that. But now we're down to 45 needed for upgrades. A lot of it, of course, not a lot per se, but quite a bit of the upgrade need has went away because I manually did upgrades myself. My whole entire Navy got upgraded. Pretty much my whole entire Air Force has gotten upgraded. The only upgrades that are going on right now are like individual upgrades on ships and planes. There's like little individual aspects that need to get upgraded, and my infantry, my land units are getting upgraded. Okay, where are we at now? So we're getting almost 100 officers. So once that last one goes off, then we'll be getting more than 100 officers a day. We're down by 22,000 officers. So if I were just to keep going at that rate, that's 220 days before we were to get we'd be getting to 100%. However, we'll get 10,000 officers in September. So that will make things a little bit easier to knock it down to 12, so about 120 days at that point. So from here, I'm trying to think, that's 4 months, so July, August, September, and October. So yes, I should be really close to 100% or even at 100% when War with America occurs. Okay, cool. AP Advance, dropping that off and evening it out. So as you can see, 105 officers a day here. Probably actually in September we might with that the infantry unit. We'll go and cancel that out. But we're staying at 60, so I need to pick more. Need to pick more text. When this happens, September 2nd, this might actually push me to 100% or even a little bit over to the point where then I can pull 10 leadership off my officers, put it back onto research, and still be gaining, through the rest of September, October, November for those 3 months, 90 days, get what is it, about 10 officers maybe a day that I'll be getting. So that's almost 1,000 more officers I would get. Yeah, not bad. Okay, fleet. Fleet is our main priority at this point now. So all 1941 tech I need to get. That's fleet related because we need to stay on top of all that. Frigate, I know I said this before, but saying it again, frigate and motor torpedo boat, not going to research either of those. My one motor torpedo boat got sunk by the Chinese. I invest in torpedo boats. They're stronger than the motor torpedo boats in that regards. I prefer to use them in that their place there. And frigates, um, with playing as the UK and the United States, sure, I'll research and build frigates. As Japan, though, I have a limited budget. I'd rather be spending my IC on destroyers, which aren't quite as good as frigates in some aspects, but are in others. But for my needs, as Japan, destroyers are just better. I prefer to have them instead of the frigates. Carrier tech, I think all that's up to 1941. Beautiful. Actually, you know what? We're gonna take a quick look. I don't think any of this that I'm clicking on is stuff that's got points into it now. So we will drop all of our carrier tech back off again. We have a minister that gives us 45 points each time. I think it's about every 6 months or so, twice a year. Then they give us 45 points and about a dozen different carrier techs. And I want to say it's pretty much the carrier techs that are advanced in years here, or in some cases like this, I don't have. Well, this I actually has some different requirements there. Carrier Task Force Naval Doctrine. That's this right here. Yeah, that's 1941 tech. I can't get to that anyway just yet because there's other requirements I need to go through. But anyway, there's several carrier techs here that are grayed out that I can't research, but I'd be willing to bet have got some points built into them. Perhaps even to the point where as soon as I go to research it, boom, it'll be done the very next day. Which I'm fine. That's cool. Give me the freebie tech. We're not doing that because we're already finished. We did our 3x3 layout. We got positive sea attack of plus 25, positioning of 0.2. We do need this though. That way our capital ships, which include carriers, get a bonus to air attack. A much needed thing for our carriers. Capital ships, period. This is strictly says battle cruiser armor thickness, so it's strictly for battle cruisers. But we have several battle cruisers, and as Japan, I do build battle cruisers. They're a poor man's battleship, if you will. Actually, the pocket battleship's the poor man's battleship. But anyway, battle cruisers are cheaper battleships. Plus, they're a little bit faster. So they have some bonuses. Later on, I'll build a few battle cruisers. I did build a 4 battleships here. Where are we at? Yeah, built 4 battleships. Plus, we got the Yamato just got finished. Musashi will be coming along the line. Those are our super battleships. Um, the next round of battleships that I'll build will be battle cruisers, just for that, so I can have that speed bonus. Cruiser tech. Make sure everything here is 1941 and researched. These are where they're at because our very first science minister gave us points in cruiser and capital ship and escort techs, and these are kind of the leftover bits. These were, I believe, the ones I just selected on were just like too high of a level at the time that I didn't want to research them. Moving on to naval tech now. Everything here should be researched. I've kind of gone through all this several times. Yeah, 1941 tech. So that's all of our naval tech. We do have heavy armor forging going, and that we can't research just yet. Okay, excuse me. Okay, that's it. All of our naval tech is done. Air. Yeah, CAG. Kind of want to, yeah, I want to push that to the top there because that's rank 6. We have rank 5 currently, and I won't manually bring in all my CAG to go ahead and upgrade them to rank 6. That's not worth it. Plus, we at war at that time, so I don't want to do that. But any upgrades that the AI throws my CAG's way will be much appreciated at that point. We need to get our bombers up. Single engine fighter, close air support, fighter bomber. All those need to go up. Our twin engine type stuff needs to go up. Naval bomber. I'm just so far behind on these 2 techs. These need to be so much better, really. I'm kicking myself now. Searchers, one of the guys that's watching my videos here, he commented many videos ago that I should not be researching tech that's 1 year in advance because you do get a penalty for that. Not as steep as 2 year in advance, but still it's still steep enough that I estimate, depending upon course and tech, it's saying even difficulty, I could have gotten 3 even difficulty techs compared to the one that I was researching a year in advance. So I'm really kicking myself. I could be having so much more tech at this point in time here, but it is what it is. And we're doing this because will help out CAG, right? Yeah, air defense, increased range, and surface defense. So we'll go with that. Ammunition capacity lowers their speed, but increases their air attack and air defense, and kind of negates that range bonus by half. But still, that additional air attack we need for our CAGs. I don't think I have anything in bombs. No, pretty much got everything that I need there. Avionics, small. Yeah, we need that air detection and surface detection because CAGs like to do that. And those because of our bombers, IFF transponder, air detection. We're back in the red, plus 22. That's all right. We'll get back. Increase our speed and decrease our fuel consumption. Yeah. Same thing, increase our speed and fuel consumption. We will take that, so plus 24. That's all right. We got a bunch of tech that'll be wearing away soon. Let's go ahead and save the game. It's been a few weeks. We will now kind of view this here. Well, I don't know what happened here. I see the Soviets kind of moved in there. But the Germans are pushing in a couple places. The Armenians are actually doing better than the Germans are at this point. But it looks like Germany's got, I can see the flow. Germany's got troops moving to the Eastern Front now, coming from the Western Front and coming up from the southern area, Yugoslavia. High popularity. Yay. That means we're going to increase leadership. We'll let this tick off a couple days. There we go. Battleship armor thickness, that just simply dropped off. I'm going to drop this still down to 60 anyway, and we're going to make sure we put the bulk of that leadership improvement to our officers, so we can reach 100% ratio sooner than later. 121 officers now, so yeah. By when that officer um, research hits, I should be well. I won't get the I won't get the 10,000 officers right away. If I remember right, it takes a couple of weeks to kind of tick off there and actually gain them. Start to reinforce the Kwantung Army. Um, we're enlarged from 407,000 units with new units. 3rd Cavalry Division, 2 infantry divisions, and new tank and artillery brigades. Sure, we'll go ahead and start to reinforce it. We're not going to be building those troops ourselves, and I'll take the IC hit. We're at 400 right now. Some of those spawn penalties, 10% spawn penalty should be dropping off. That won't get us up to 450, obviously. And the early war stuff should be dropping off in a couple months' time. Cruiser vertical. Let me drop that off. Formation of the headquarter, 23rd Army. This was a historical unit that was sent because the war in China was still going on. We technically don't need it, but it'll give us some extra units, which would be handy. So, oh, why did I choose air? Land. That's what I want to see. So we got the these guys here. We're still waiting for Indonesian force to pop up. That's who we had create here. So this guy, core headquarter, and a specialized light infantry. And another core headquarter unit. Interesting. So that's 4. We can go ahead and he can drop off that. Which is the unit? This guy, Sasebo. He needs to join the Sasebo. Chinjafu, whatever. How do you pronounce that? That way, that core unit will now be 5 units. And we'll give him somebody pretty decent, somebody that's not maxed out. I'm sure. We'll see how well he does. That does, however, present not an issue. Do I have? Yeah, I got a spare guy here. I'm just going to sail him over here. I've got 2 headquarter units, not him, but him and him that I can then pick up and bring over to Japan and build some units around. Okay. We're gonna view the Russian front. That way we can kind of see where the troops are going. Carrier bulkheads, that's 44 tech. Destroyer escort roll, 43 tech. Good, glad to see some research targets kind of fade away there. Where are we in production? Starting to put some into Mountaineers. Pretty good amount. We're okay otherwise here. Do we have anything dropping off in July? Actually, yes. A goodly number of our aircraft are getting upgraded this month, dropping off tomorrow, and a few weeks after that. We got a couple of heavy cruisers getting upgraded. That's ICEAL that got filtered on down there. One naval bomber will get completed, but then we'll go into the next one after that, building the next one. Nothing else in July. Convoy and escort, but that's ICEAL doesn't drop off. But yeah, we'll have a bunch of ICEAL drop off, so we'll be able to build a few Mountaineer troops just based on that, or should. Let's let this go until the 8th. There we go. HE ammunition, that's 43 tech we can drop off, and we have another landing craft, which just to double check and make sure on. That leaves us 1 more landing craft to be building, and all of our landing craft fleets are 2, so that 1 we're building will go there, and yeah, that'll be a full grouping. He'll be done a month before war with America. Excellent. And what else do we have here? This was a naval bomber. And I'm just going to put him here. I don't know where he goes exactly. There, apparently. There we go. 3 naval bombers and a flying boat. This naval bomber needs to get upgraded, though. Oh wait, no, he can't. He's the naval bomber that I built, and they're only rank 2 anyway. The rank 4s that I got, as you see here, I think these two rank 4s that I got, and that rank 4 flying boat, I think that was the related to the unit um, that got created here in Satawan off Truck. Um, that consisted, or maybe it was here on Truck, consisted of this guy, the Army Air Force headquarter guy here, and along with these forces there, which we can remove those. Oh, which reminds me, do I have? I thought I had sent. Thought I had sent a unit out here to kind of. Well, there's the IJAAF. There's the IJN. Did I move the IJN? No. Thought I moved the IJN guy, or maybe I did there. That's where I moved the IJN guy. Okay. Been all these extra units that I've got, like little garrison units, and whatnot. I've been shipping out to my islands to kind of staff them up. And coming next month, I'll have an event that'll drop a whole bunch of artillery and anti-air guns and a couple of HQ defense units, like 2,000 man, brigades, and a couple other things as well. That I'm just going to pick up and just drop off on all my islands here. And any extra, I'll just kind of filter throughout my garrisons in China as need be. But yeah, I'm trying to strengthen my garrisons all throughout the islands here, just to get ready for the coming war. We'll go and form that headquarter unit. Anything, I'll take all historical units since it's all geared toward what I'm doing anyway. A future campaign that I'd like to do is to not, after dealing with China, not to go in Southeast Asia, but instead to go into the Soviet Union to attack, so I can assist in making some moves here while Germany and their allies are coming in from that way. As such, I probably won't be choosing all those the same historical units. In fact, some of those may not even appear because one of the decisions I had selected was that we were going to focus on Southeast Asia and therefore kind of prompted some of these historical units to appear. This can get dropped off. We're still not seeing green, but plus 18. That's not bad, really. So this, oh wait, he's up there, so he just needs to come down here. We're going to put him in charge, actually, because he has logistics. And we'll assign him to the Kwantung Theater for right now. I might be built. I don't remember if I get a 6-star general down here or not, but I may be creating one to handle the Southeast Asian theater overall. Kwangtung is more for China and this area, in my opinion. So just kind of for like a role playing the order of battle, just have a 6-star general appear in Saigon. That'll run affairs all throughout here. I do have a Garrison Island headquarter. Whoops, wrong. In Truck. Yeah, this guy here. You can see he's a jungle master, jungle rat as well. But like I said, I don't think that multiplies, that increases. I think it's just jungle master in that period, and a few other good things. He'll help out in the island attacks all around here. So any units that are involved in this campaign area, um, they're going to have him as their leader. The guy in Saigon will take care of everything else around here, everything um, west of the Philippines, say pretty much. This, he'll still take care of like these islands too, and include that. And again, just for role playing purposes, and not really, it's not probably the more efficient thing is just to have one 6-star leader and then have a bunch of 5-star leaders everywhere that you need, and just kind of go that way. But I don't really play this game to min max it. If you do, hey, more power to you. If it's something that you enjoy, and I can certainly see that level of enjoyment. I play World of Warcraft myself, and I immerse myself in that kind of level, min maxing with a holy priest character that I play. But when it comes to this game, it's a historical nature type game, so I don't play it to min max it. I play it to kind of be somewhat historical, but while yet trying to win. I'm not gonna deliberately lose, like Germany did in the war, for example, or Japan. I'm not gonna try to do as poorly as those countries did in the real world. Whoops, I saw something happen here. Oh, well, no, okay, something changed here, I thought, and made me think that Xinjiang. Oh, green, we're seeing green. That Xinjiang was poking his head out. It's still just that one militia unit. Well, it's only one militia unit left. Um, the only place he can go is this way. What is that's a hospital? Yeah, base hospital. Oh, and a training base there too. You can take that off. Destroyer crew training. That's 43 tech. We'll drop that off. Going good, looking good there with our research. This actually is looking much better now and much more historical. So it does look like the majority. It looks like Germany and Italy split. Italy has the majority of Greece. Germany has the eastern side, the islands. Germany has a good portion of the Yugoslavia, while the Italians have the naval, the sea zones that Yugoslavia had. So they've got a pretty good empire here in the Mediterranean. Italy does. Germany may puppet this eventually. There may be some changes here. We'll keep an eye on that. Um, Everything else looks good here otherwise. Finland joins the Axis once Germany gets to a province away from Leningrad. So any of these provinces surrounding Leningrad, then Finland joins. I don't see any other troubling areas. Oh, that's, yeah. Okay. I was going to say, that's an enemy unit. No, that's Italian. And North Africa, Italy's kind of falling back here. To be expected. They fall back to Benghazi, or maybe even further. I think it's even further. And then the DAK, um, uh, the Africa Corps, Duchess Africa Corps, will pop into existence there, and that should turn the tide for them. Abyssinia is still looking good. Italy not really doing what I would like to see them do, but oh well. Like I said, I usually just puppet this, give it back to Abyssinia, let them control it, and any units I leave here, anyways, Italy will be colonial units. I pull all my main line units out of here, as there's no way to get supply here, honestly, because the Nile is closed unless, or the Suez Canal, rather, I should say, is closed unless you get east of the Nile, and you're stuck in the Mediterranean, realistically speaking, because Britain has it closed off thanks to Gibraltar. I mean, you can still, as Italy, sail ships through. It's not that big of a deal, but that's a long way to go for convoy units to go all the way around there. And all it takes is for Italy, or for the UK to throw some destroyers off of Gibraltar, and a couple of destroyers here and there. South Africa, a bunch of destroyers around there. The Free French, which it's Vichy there, but Free French I thought was, yeah, there they are. Throw some destroyers there if they have any. It just it's a terrible situation. Ireland is mobilizing. I don't know why. We can see the push, which I kind of like. That's cool. Let me save the game here. It's been almost a month. Getting close to the end of the episode as well. But I'll go a little bit further here. I did spend quite a bit of time at the start of the episode, start of the hour, top of the hour, talking. So I want to get through a bit further here into August. Money for metal, no thank you. Reinforcements and now upgrades. We're going to drop upgrades down to 30. There we go. So about multiples of 10, so like to kind of keep it at, and below whatever the need is. That way I'm still doing upgrades, putting 30.69 into upgrades. We'll get upgrades done, just not to the level that the AI says that needs to get done. And it gives us a bunch of IC more into production, which are just under 400. There we go. Working on those Mountaineer troops. March and April and May-ish. Yeah, a lot of those will get finished. A lot of these will get finished about the time that I'll kind of need them. That kind of changed a bit. Our IC went up to 409. That's probably because some things kind of shook out around there somewhat. I don't know. We do have a bunch of projects kind of finishing up here too in August, or is it September? Maybe I might be thinking about tech because I don't see that many projects finishing up here. I mean, there's stuff finishing, but not a lot finishing. We did have a couple of. Oh, that might be why too. We're now over 200 in our base IC. I think I have to rewind the video. Um, but I think we were below 200 with our base IC. Seoul and Shanghai is where I have heavy industry at. So each IC that I build, that I just built two just not too long ago, um, gives us 1.5 for each. So that two that I built is actually worth three. So a little bit extra IC is certainly not going to be hurting our war efforts. We don't need fuel, thank you. If we had a point in descent, we'd be happy. Redirector manpower, okay. That might be why things changed. IC efficiency may have changed a bit. So redirector manpower, we're gonna just simply requisition a small civilian fleet and just say no, we don't need it. We're building a landing craft, and once we learn it, we'll then also build assault ships, or see if I can upgrade my landing craft to assault ships even. So no need. Now at this point, what do we need? Research efficiency, get stuff researched quicker. That's good. Boost our IC efficiency, so that way we can get back to building our mountaineer troops again. Because I think that's why that kind of dropped off there. Is it worth 1,000? That'll drop us down to 1,200 manpower. Yeah, we could do that. If we did more officer training, that would hurt us, but that petrol that came in does indicate that we'll be getting a couple other decisions regarding energy and the metal and rares and oil. So that those three events I say no to will drop descent by 3. We're already dropping 0.04 a day anyway. So if we said this to get 500 officers, well, that's really not worth it. 500 officers. I mean, the boost in officer recruitment. Oh, I could see that. But no, I need to build stuff still. So factory workers. We will do that. And we built some things here. Throwing them on that province because I don't know where they're going to go, quite honestly. Okay, so that's naval bomber and flying boat. Let's group all those together. 3 naval bombers and a flying boat. Okay, that works. There we go. We need to call this the Naval Imperial Air Force Headquarters because they'll be handling the naval bombers here. Where's it at now? Naval Imperial Air Force. Yeah. Again, just for role-playing purposes more than anything else. Because of the way Japan's officers are set up, I don't know if it's a black ice thing exactly or something else. These Air Force and Navy headquarter units, I can only put land generals on. I can't put the appropriate actual leader there. For example, when I select a naval unit, I can go and say, okay, I want a naval officer, an actual naval officer on there. That's what that meatball flag color indicates. With my air, I can select them, and that's still, for whatever reason, it's the Navy general, but it gives me air generals for the most part. There's a few that aren't don't have all those traits that air units could get. But when I go to actually, do we have like this Navy general here? He's a land unit, sure, but he's for the Navy. Unfortunately, I can't put a Navy general in charge of him. So just for role-playing purposes, I have it named the Sub and Raider Fleet, and I have my subs, assigned to that. Just to, so that way I kind of know. Even this guy, yeah, even this guy can't be. I mean, granted, yes, I could put the meatball flag on there, and you can get those bonuses. Like the amphibious attack would help. The night attack, surprise chance, and that's really about it. I think that helps as far as the Navy goes. The others don't. Yeah, the amphibious attack would help there, but the others, well, experience, supply consumption, experience gain helps. Their supply consumption, our supply bonus, those help Navy as well. But that's it. I don't have actual Navy traits. Leaders have actual Navy traits that I can put. So it might be a flagging issue. I don't know on that. If somebody does, please reply in the comments and let me know. Um, but for Germany, I know they have the everything differentiated, especially after you select the event, that the two events that say, yeah, you want to leave the Kriegsmarine that be themselves and the Luftwaffe be their own as well. Those leaders, when they pop up, you can put the appropriate leader type in charge of those ground headquarter units. So it's kind of an ARG type situation, but not a big deal. Oh, we were watching Russia here. Sorry. Livestock, manpower modifier. So we're gaining 150 a month roughly. Wow. We only need 0.02 every. We use 0.02 every day. So after that's 0.6 a month. And we only need 0.02 to reinforce. Even if that was like on a per day, per month, I'm probably wasting like maybe a manpower. So yeah, we're gaining 150 manpower. August, September, October, November. So that's 600. More that we'll have. So we'll have about 1,900 manpower when we declare on the United States, roughly. That may go down or up based upon things happening. That's good. Around 2,000 be a good number to have as Japan. Not that you'll lose a bunch of manpower. There's one of the ones I could have dropped that descent off. Not that you lose a bunch of manpower fighting America, because you're not doing quite so much land combat. In the Philippines, sure. The marine combats, sure. But it's not really until, say, March or so when the Allies declare on you, the UK, Australia, etc., declare on you, and you start doing the land battles in Burma and fighting down towards Singapore. Navy wants money? Sure, $900. Okay. Send support brigades for the Kwantung Army. This is the event that I was talking about, where you get artillery, anti-aircraft, anti-tank, and tank regiments. Yeah. Army wants 675. We don't need autarky. We're doing all right overall. We're getting some aircraft tech. Cool. We don't need energy. Thank you. Alrighty, so we're going to go and leave off this episode here at this point. Next episode, we will take into account that all the units here. You can see them. All the units here. Oh, this guy. He needs to actually be strategically redeployed. A bunch of units, and it's just a whole bunch of. If we group them together, you can better see kind of what they are. Actually, I guess I can't. Oh, yeah, because they're too big of a division. But there we go. Bunch of anti-tank trucks there. HQ defense guys, anti-air. It's like artillery, right? Yeah, a bunch of that. Bunch of this, and then we got these two guys, which actually I'm going to be sending them to kind of beef up. I have a couple of tank units that could stand to be a little bit beefed up there. We'll move them out there so that way I kind of remind myself. So they're all going to be, is what I'm going to use in the islands to seed our garrisons that are here and strengthen them a lot, and also just have a couple of island locations that don't have anybody on them. So it looks like just these, that one, and that one. They have a port and/or air base on it. That'll drop off the guys, like an artillery unit and HQ defense unit and whatnot, just to hold all these things, because the United States likes to attack my islands once we go to war, and we'll see that in the coming episodes. Speaking of the next episode, I do anticipate getting through the rest of the fall. I would have to say through the rest of August, September, and October. The episode after that will then be the the historic war at Pearl Harbor attack, and mostly that episode will be kind of centered around those beginning attacks. But we're leaving off with Germany actually doing much better now in Russia than initially. Um, I would say that Barbarossa effect is helping them out. Majority of their army was out west and out south, but now they've redeployed them to the Eastern Front. You see, there's not much in France, not anything here in Yugoslavia. Italy, after having pushed pretty far into Egypt, they're now getting pushed back towards um, Benghazi, and they're more towards the west from the British. Abyssinia, they're doing well. This hasn't really changed all that much here for the past couple of months, and we're just encircling the lone militia unit here in Xinjiang. A couple more months time, uh, uh, we'll attack them in late November, early December, so we can move in there, say on December 7th or after December 7th, and capture it. And then this whole entire unit will wind their way back down south. Oh, that does remind me. This guy, yes, we need to tell all our guys to strategically redeploy there. There we go. Because I have a transport ship there that's picking up a couple of headquarter units that don't have any units associated to them. And they'll get shipped back to Japan. That core headquarter unit here, once it's done its jobs, can come back down south here, and I think just kind of I'll just strategically redeploy them all the way down south. By the time the war finishes, there's no need to send them to a port and then ship them out somewhere. So I can just have them come in as reinforcements to Burma. But that's something to look forward to in later episodes. We're going to save the game, and I will thank everybody for watching along here. If you have any comments, questions, leave it down below, and let me know how you're enjoying this series. In the meantime, though, you guys have yourself a great day, and I'll see you next episode. Take care.